Welcome to my little shop. I have a bunch of wood, mostly scrap wood really, under the bench, so I thought I would take some stock. Maple, tropical wood, white oak. Oh, beautiful piece of cherry. What can I make with this? Like a little shelf maybe? A little box? This looks like red oak. I have a visitor. You can come in. Hey! How are you? So this is the iceco VL60 fridge freezer unit. This company contacted me a little while ago and asked if I would be curious in trying, hi Darwin, if I wanted to try out any of their product. Like I'm thinking about the teardrop, I'm thinking about what fridge would be the best option. Darwin is very wary of this fridge. He thinks it's super scary. Okay, watch out, go on the couch. So I saw this on their website and I thought this is the coolest looking fridge because it has, I don't know, like expedition feel to it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this is a cover, which I haven't even tried, I guess to kind of keep the cold or the heat, the cold in more. But what I really like about this unit is that it has two separate units. I mean, that is just really cool. So you can have a fridge and you can have a freezer unit and you can set the temperatures differently. Or you could even have it so that one is on and one is off if you want to conserve energy. So I've just been kind of testing this out for, I don't know, last couple of weeks. I think it looks really, really cool. The only thing I'm kind of debating about is it too big for the teardrop? Like, I don't know, maybe it is a little bit too big. It is certainly heavy. Yeah, it weighs 65 pounds. So that is on the verge, I would say, in terms of like adding that much weight. And just, it's pretty large in terms of size as well. But I just love the fact that you would have a freezer and a fridge, and it's quite sizable. You have a lot of space for that. So I like to integrate this one if I can make it work. Let's take the long trek out to my shop. Okay, I am still kind of working on transforming this space. Earlier this summer, I got really into a painting kick. I wanted a shelf here, put my paintings up. But originally, I wanted to put all my woodworking tools up here. And now I kind of had this shelf up for a little while. I'm getting kind of sick of it. These chisels. Now I already have MDF board right here that's all been painted, so I can screw in anywhere. I was kind of concerned about that. I didn't want to have to deal with studs or anything like that. I think I'm just gonna go full force into tools, and so let's just kind of play with that idea. And I don't know exactly how we're gonna do it. Maybe some leather, maybe some wood, maybe like a combination. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like this is often true when you're dealing with tool walls. You look at this wall and you're like, oh, this is so much space. But then when you start to kind of play around and you think like, where should this go? It takes up like a lot of space. I'm debating kind of about whether a leather kind of holder for all the chisels. But then I also want to make sure I can actually take them out of there. You don't want to stab yourself either as you're doing it, you know? I have a couple of these. I don't know if they're like, originally maybe they're like upholstery nails almost. I should prioritize the chisels that I actually use. I've been meaning to do this for the longest time. I just love what a simple solution this is. Look how dirty this is. Rusty. I think this needs a little TLC immediately. Mineral oil polish and some steel wool. Let's just clean this up real quick. Just adds a nice amount of protection. Now that's infinitely better. So some of you guys who've been around for a long time know that we've been doing wax polish for years and years. I love this product. I use it on pretty much all of my projects. And we just made a big new batch and stocked up the shop with. So we have the raw linseed, which is the kind of what I use on all things that you handle a lot. So all kind of handles, like a lot of things for the shop. And then we have the tongue oil polish, which is kind of what I want to use on all the finishes that cure over time. So any tabletops, a nice box. And then we have the mineral oil polish, which is what I'm using on the chisels where there's rust or anything. This is what you want to use on any metal surface because it doesn't cure like the other oils. Or if you want to use it on your food items, like if you carve a spoon, and this is a food safe finish as well. Like, what's the best way to store knives, you know? Build something for hand planes. Something a little more sturdy. This has like rust again. So basically I drew out where each tool is going to go so I can kind of plan out better, which actually leaves me a little room right here where maybe this beautiful axe or hatchet could go. I realize this is not exactly revolutionary, but I feel this was a very good idea. Be up here, I don't know. This is a dangerous little guy. Very easy to cut yourself on this guy. Okay, let's start with this saw. It's like, I don't know about you, but one of my absolute favorite things to pin and to look at for inspiration is like tool walls. I would say that's my #1 thing that I love to look at, how people organize their tools. It's like I was debating about whether I should use like fancy wood for some of this stuff, but I didn't really feel like, you know, I think like I should just use whatever scraps I have on hand, and like I just love working with pine because it's so easy and soft to work with. But of course you do have the issue sometimes that things kind of break and the wood splits. I should probably use a different wood. I realized this is the kind of project where I could have made drawings of this, I could have brought it to the CNC machine, but what I really felt like is hanging out here in my shop and play with my tools. I care less about like perfection and getting things like just right. I don't want to get too ambitious about this, if you know what I mean. So I just been kind of thinking about this, came out here, been going over what I need to do here. Decided to make 2 shelves, one there and one there. Figured I'm gonna make like a wooden kind of thing to slip in mallet. So this little knob here I carved a long time ago. I'm not sure what I was gonna use it for, but now I'm thinking this could be a nice little support piece. Just thinking if I should use this for something else too. I just want to take a moment and say how excited I am about this. I mean, these shelves are the simplest of the simple. It doesn't get simpler than this, but they fit so beautifully and they're perfectly designed to hold each hand plane. And sometimes I think that that's all you really need. You need something that's just fitted for something. I feel like it's starting to really come together now. I got the different major shelves up. Just like seeing all the little things get filled in. I just put this shelf up. You know, working with pine kind of is really fun, but also really sucks because so much it cracks so easily. That's why I switched to do cherry on a couple of the smaller pieces. Still got a couple cracks, but you know, that's one of the things about this. I really don't care about like perfection, and if there's a little crack somewhere, it's not a big deal. I mean, the whole point is it's a shop, and this is like a way to store tools. So I mean, like if there's a crack or not, I mean, that really doesn't matter. I'm more concerned about like the whole like filling it up and having it super useful. And already as I'm working on it, I'm like, oh nice, I can use this chisel and I can put this here and I put it back, and it keeps it organized and clean. I think there's just something so satisfying about having things have a home, where everything, you know where to put everything, it's organized, and you can see it, and it just looks good. So I just feel, yeah, this is such a fun project. So another product that I've been kind of wanting to go over is this high boost. This is for the teardrop. This is basically a cell phone booster. So the idea is that if you're out traveling, there's no good reception. Actually, our house doesn't have that good reception. You know, with your network, your AT&T, T-Mobile, you know, the big carriers, that this will boost it. We have a couple of different models, and this is the RV model. The one thing about that I'm not completely certain about is there's basically two antennas in here. This one's supposed to go inside the vehicle or the teardrop, and then you have another antenna, this one right here, that's supposed to go outside. And when you think about an RV, it's pretty large, so you have this one on one end of the vehicle and a pretty long distance. The teardrop is not that big, so I am wondering how effective it's going to be because the distance is not wide enough. But I was thinking, you know, one option would be to maybe make like an antenna or something. You can just like put it up when you are stationary. That could be an idea. So this is a pretty long cord right here. Since this is the outdoor unit, I'm gonna place it outside, and you know, you can drill through the wall. I think that's the key with this thing. You need that distance. Let me sign off my Wi-Fi. Yeah, I got an extra bar. But yeah, I'm gonna do some tests on this. Be curious if any of you guys have tested one of these and is using it and getting some good results. But anyway, I want to thank you for hanging out with me for these last couple days while I've been playing with this wall. So yeah, it was really kind of enjoyable doing something like this. Even though it's not a complicated project, but just getting things in their place. So everything is accessible and you can see it, especially like woodworking tools too. I mean, they are so beautiful, they look so great, so you want to like be able to see them. Before I had them in a box and I was thinking, oh, it's kind of a nice idea to have some things in a box, you remove them when you're done. But then like now I'm really happy they're on the wall so that I can see them, because I just like to look at them. So, and then, you know, it makes the whole space feel better. So I like that. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you soon.